What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Sun Life.
Hey, Katie!
Real quick, let's summarize our thoughts on Phoenix, Arizona. We spent, what, like a day or two here?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I really like it. Only thing I don't like is it gives me some asthma.
Yeah, the air quality here is bad. You can tell by looking at the mountains that there's like smog.
Yeah. It feels very safe.
It felt safe. Well, there's a lot of Californians here. Definitely. I'm gonna say, normally it looks beautiful, but on my channel, my main thing is warning people about bad places. And we were here for a day or two. It looks really good.
Yeah.
There's no reason to stay here, continue, exploring a place. It's good. You can tell it's good.
It's good. Tell.
Could I do more videos here on the strip in Arizona? I could. But it doesn't seem like, to me, it makes a lot of sense to stay in a place that is obviously good and do a bunch of videos.
Yeah.
Because
it just looks too good.
Yeah, it's good. Move on to the next place, find the next problem. But as far as Phoenix, I want to say it looks like a great city. I didn't get in the mess up, but Tempe looked good. Chandler looked great.
Chandler looked awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a good area. We didn't see that many homeless like we expected. We didn't see too much crime. People were wearing a lot of sports team stuff, which supposedly you're not supposed to wear out west in California, and a lot of crap. But I'm gonna say, I'm not really gonna find too many faults with the place. I had a little situation that kind of angered me at the hotel.
But that's just customer service.
Yeah, so we couldn't drive. The hotel we stayed at, we specifically stayed at for the laundry. In fact, there's a video of us driving around Chandler at night where Katie's on the phone calling hotels around to make sure they had a laundry facility. It's really important to do a laundry before we went off to California, because in California we don't want to be dealing with doing laundry there. Parking's more complicated. Parking's an issue. So like if we can get it done here. In other words, we specifically stayed at this hotel to do our laundry, and we weren't able to, after 5 hours in front of the wash and dryer, weren't able to get our laundry done. And it was only one load because there's issues with the dryer not working, which is normal. It happens all the time in hotels.
Yeah. That's
not the problem. The problem stems from the attitude of the employees about it. So I went downstairs today. Go Blue! And I go downstairs today, and I'm like, hey, I've been trying to dry my stuff. I was up till 1 in the morning trying to dry it. Came out here in the morning today again to dry it, and it's still not drying. They're like, well, it's your fault. You should have told us last night. They completely put the responsibility of this washing and this dryer not working on me. The whole thing is my fault. It's my fault because I didn't complain about it last night. We have a technician on site who would have fixed it right away. I don't like how they put the responsibility on me. I love Marriott hotels. It's the only hotel brand that I use. But I felt like that was very condescending and disrespectful, and I don't know if that's the way people talk out here in this part of the country, but that is definitely not the way you talk to me.
On the flip side, we stayed at a different hotel the night before, and I did make a complaint.
Yeah.
To the front desk. And, I went to the pool that morning, and I went in the hot tub.
Katie's always complaining because she's a Karen.
No, the hot tub wasn't working. I went to the turntable, no bubbles, just flat.
Yeah.
So I went and I told them it didn't work. It's not. They're like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I will make sure we fix that right away.
It's your fault for being here so early.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the answer I got.
Yeah.
The answer they gave me was, it's your fault. It's your fault because you didn't complain last night when I had it fixed. I'm like, first of all, that's not logical. I'm not going to argue. It's not logical. I'm not going to argue the logicalness of my approach to handling the problem. They questioned how I handle the problem and blame me for everything, basically. Like, the whole thing's my fault because I didn't complain last night.
In customer service, you don't blame
You don't
that
put the blame on the customer.
No, when it comes to like machines and stuff like that, you have to take into account that person's probably very tired. It was just done dealing with it. Didn't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, it's 2 in the morning. But anyways, and the guy in front of me had the same problem. And this is not I'm not an idiot. I travel. This happens all the time. Like, this is nothing out of the ordinary. Like, this happens at all Marriott hotels. And especially here where they have all types of environmental regulations. I've seen it where, like, you complain about something and you think it's like Marriott's fault. It may not even be Marriott's fault. It might just be that the city or county here has some stupid ordinances, and then it makes them look bad, you know? So I get all that. But the fact that they went ahead and they put the sole responsibility of the problem back on me, the customer, that's not cool.
Honey, I've worked in customer service, and I've got complaints. You know, they address that with you where I've worked.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I worked at the call center, they would listen to the call and find out who was actually. Most of the time, they're like, "You probably handled that better than I would have."
Yeah.
But
I didn't handle it badly. I just kept trying to make it work. But now, the next day in the morning, you guys check out, and your cold store isn't dry. Now it's a problem. It wasn't a problem. If I could get it dried by checkout, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, no.
The problem was, it was already checkout, and we still hadn't got it figured out.
Yeah.
So they were rude by trying to make it seem like it was my fault.
And we travel across the country, so we know how the machines work. Sometimes you have to run it 3-4 times. You know, we're okay with that because, you know, we're used to it. But, you know, someone who's not used to it will get very mad. I was just like, if you handle it properly, then you don't need a cause for a complaint.
Yeah.
It could have been like, the guy could have been like, oh, okay, we'll go handle that.
But tell me, oh, it's your fault. You should have known. That's rude. You know, like guilt-tripping the customer, making the customer feel like it's their fault. That's definitely not the right approach.
Yeah.
And I like Marriott hotels, the only hotels I use when I travel. But their little attitude, I don't know if they're a little California attitude. I don't know what they got going on there, but I don't appreciate that.
I think that guy was just like, some people are just so egotistic that they won't.
They think they're slick.
Oh yeah.
They think they're slick. They think they can treat you like crap and get away with it.
No, because once the complaint comes through, I've actually worked at a place where, you know, where complaints like that come in through it for another employee, and that employee does not. You will never see that employee again. Because
I left it, and I hate leaving bad reviews, especially for a brand I like. I like Marriott.
Yeah.
I mean, crap, they make my life. They're the best. If you ask me what are my favorite brands, Marriott, if anything, Marriott would be towards the top of my list of brands I like. It really would be towards the top of. It's like one of my favorite brands. Like, I would literally invest in their company. So I don't think it's Marriott's fault. I just feel like their attitude of putting that responsibility on me, the customer, that was wrong. That wasn't the way.
No.
That wasn't the way to go about that.
No, you smile with the customer. You don't like give the customer an attitude because I don't know what you're going through that day, but you don't do that. You don't blame a customer unless like someone comes in for, you know,
Gotcha. All right, so let's move on.
Dinner and then doesn't have enough money to pay the bill. You should have known in that case, but that's
okay. I get you. I got you. Move on to the next topic. Overall, what do you say about Phoenix? I think it looks. I mean, it looked a lot better than what I thought it would look.
Yeah.
It's pretty. And also, like, let's say Alabama, right? Compared to Montgomery, Alabama. In theory, Montgomery, Alabama, see those palm trees everywhere? The vast majority of those palm trees, I think, will grow as far north as, like, Louisiana. But you see, like, other cities like New Orleans, they can grow the same type of vegetation.
Yeah.
Not desert-like, but like, the palm trees will grow in a lot of places.
Yeah.
I've seen palm trees as far north as Tennessee.
Yeah.
Crap, we saw one house that had palm trees in Huntsville.
Yeah.
Huntsville, Alabama, way in the north side of Alabama.
There's no
But
reason.
they don't invest.
Yeah.
They don't invest. Not every place invests that much into making their place look good. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of investment here. But I think the air quality is really like, I haven't been able to breathe the whole time I've been here. And you can see the
problem
like
with
smog.
Alabama is the culture
Yeah.
of where, if it looks too nice, they'll be like, oh wow, those city engineers think their poop don't stink. Yeah, exactly. So, even if they wanted to, it's like you have to deal with that crowd of people.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a desolate landscape. When you pull out of the city, you see this, it's a desert. They got palm trees and they're trying to make it look pretty and lots of investment. It seems very clean. It's a whole lot better than I thought it would look. But I think the air quality here is just a real, and I guess the heat during the
trees. They gotta filter out some of the. If you put more trees in,
it's a desert. No
it is a
trees.
treasure. There's some trees that'll grow in desert, but enough to where it'll filter that air a little bit. Yeah.
I think the problem is that this place isn't meant to have cars. The other thing about contamination, again, like if you live in Florida or Alabama or something, or you don't really realize how big contamination of a problem is.
Yeah.
But out here, you can literally see it. Like you can see how contamination is a problem. And I think a lot of people don't realize that living, in a place where you don't have these problems, you don't really see the.
Well, the thing with Alabama is, the air flows pretty well through there.
Yeah, very true.
But here, you've got these big mountains going, and then the city's in a valley. So the mountains keep the air kind of stagnant.
Yeah.
So that pollution stays around.
Yeah, it sticks around. And again, that's not a problem in other places, but it sure is a problem here. And I think that's why a lot of people, like on the East Coast, even us, didn't understand really how much of a problem pollution is, because it's a geographical problem where they're blaming they're trying to blame it on the ideology of the people, when in reality it really is a problem.
It really is a problem.
I mean, you don't see. I've never seen smog on the East Coast at all.
No.
I don't think I've seen smog anywhere. Even Miami, you might see a little bit, but you can breathe in Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Miami's a big city. But out here, you really start to understand.
Yeah. On the East Coast, there's not as many mountains, and they're not as big as out here. So the air circulates a lot better.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have the issues that you have out here.
So at the end of the day, you're definitely dealing with kind of a regional problem. But then a lot of times people blame that on politics and ideology of the people. But in reality, this is a real problem. I mean, you look around, you look at this place and you're like, wow, there's like smog everywhere. You can't even breathe.
Yeah.
But 5% of the population driving electric cars isn't going to fix it. What might fix it is, it might even be easier. I don't know if they can filter the air somehow, put giant, I don't know what the crap they can do. It seems like filtering the air would be one step. You know how you have air purifiers in your house? We have a few.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can make giant air purifiers where it sucks in the air and filters it.
A lot of the new cars coming out are gonna be made electric.
Yeah, there's laws already in place. But
There's laws in place where in California it's gonna be made completely electric.
A car could have an air filter.
Yeah.
For the actual air. I think cars, you know how it has a radiator?
Yeah.
I think they should make it where cars themselves have a filter in the front, and then as they're rolling down the road, they're sucking up and filtering there. I don't know what they did on it. I mean, I'm not an engineer.
Well,
that might sound stupid to an engineer that knows what, but there has to be some type of, not just preventing more smog, but also a way of when it's already here.
Yeah, and California has a law in place right now where they have to go in for emissions checks. And some other states do too as well. But I know California for a fact does. They have to have it checked every year, because if there's too much, you can't drive the car anymore.
And again, people blame it on ideology. It has nothing to do with ideology. You literally can't breathe.
The people want to breathe.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You literally can't breathe out here. What if you are in a car with your husband and you can't breathe? Male or female? Alright.
The only thing the only thing, let's say you're in a car with someone and they fart like really bad, and that unless you open the windows, that smell is gonna be there.
They have to open the windows here. They have to do something about this. This is unbearable. And just think how much more beautiful this would look if there wasn't smog in the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't think 5% of the population driving around electric cars will make a difference. I mean, this is definitely a little bit more complicated than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing about electric cars is that it does create. At the end of the day, the humans weren't supposed to be going 100 miles an hour down a highway. Like, I saw this thing. I'm in an Appalachia Facebook group, and the ignorance of people on the other coast about what's going on here is huge. For example, like there's this post of a coal train, and it goes, "Here's the fuel for your electric vehicles, California." And I'm thinking, well, now that I didn't, when I first saw that, I thought it made sense, but now it doesn't make sense because there's no smog in Appalachia. There's plenty of smog out here. So it does make sense if, well, it's like gas was $5 a gallon out here.
Yeah.
And I still don't understand why in Texas it's $2 a gallon and here it's $5, you know? And again, Texas makes a fuel, so it makes sense for it to be cheaper there. But how far is Florida from... Florida has ports. This is landlocked.
Yeah.
So under that ideology, wouldn't like Kansas have the most expensive fuel? No, because they're at road. I don't know. Why is gas $5 a gallon out here?
They want to make it expensive to
Keep people from controlling smog?
Yeah. To control the smog.
But that's not a solution.
Yeah.
That's just somebody profiting off the problem.
Yeah.
If you think about it, that's not a solution. That's somebody profiting off of the problem.
Yeah.
It's not a solution. Lots of questions, lots of problems, very few solutions. Always somebody willing to take advantage of the problem. It's 55, let's slow down. You got speed traps all through here. Nobody's going speed limit other than me, so, but I'm not gonna speed.
It's 45 now.
Anything in town?
Yeah.
Is this Maricopa?
Yeah, Maricopa. Rancho El Dorado. D.R. Horton's out here.
Yeah, Norton down there. Maricopa is also the name of the county where Phoenix sits in.
Yes.
It's pretty. If you want to live in a smog-filled valley in the desert.
Yeah.
Got that Horton down there. I think the only thing that would really be a drawback to living here would definitely be the smog.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's a freaking desert.
Yeah.
Starbucks right there.
Yeah, Long John Silver's out here.
That Dilbert down there.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're heading towards Mobile, Alabama. Why is this phone talking?
There's a Mobile, Arizona.
Why didn't this talk to me? It should have told me. The volume is up. Is it on Bluetooth? That's why. It's on Bluetooth. Trying to talk to the car.
Yeah.
I think I was paying attention. I would have missed my turn.
I'm so excited. I'm going to be in California today.
Hopefully, yeah.
Why wouldn't we?
Car accident. Very optimistic with me. I'll see it when I believe it. No, I'll believe it when I see it.
Look at that.
What happened? And you know I'm driving. You're like,
Cactus.
just like pointing at stuff like, look at that over there. I'm like,
Cactus.
I'm driving.
And it has 4 arms. I like cactus.
I like breathing.
I wanted to touch it, but I thought wrong.
I wanted to breathe, but I was in Arizona.
Yeah.
Flash flood area. Now, why
Did
are they
not know
building
it
a house?
rained enough to do that out here.
Huh?
Did not know it rained enough to do it out here.
Yeah, if it rains, like the ground doesn't like swallow it up. It just like floats. This ground's like hard compacted from being so dry.
Yeah.
So when it rains, the water doesn't like sink into the ground. It just like floats away. That Maricopa down there. Country road, take me home to a desert where I can't breathe. Arizona. It's 150 degrees. I can sing. Not everybody can do that, you know. Like, is that a palm tree farm over there? No.
Possibly.
There's more litter here than Alabama.
Yeah. I thought I'd see more cactus.
No, when we get to closer to California, on the other side, by Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
Well, there's only in Arizona the ones you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're only naturally in.
Arizona.
I think Joshua Tree. It's a different type of cactus. It looks just like it, but it's different.
Okay.
Country road, take me home to the place I can't breathe. Arizona, smog and deserts, very few trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still better than New Mexico. At least you can breathe in New Mexico, though. So I didn't check out of the hotel. And our checkout's off 4 because we're late. But I'm sure they've already gone there and cleaned the room.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I hate giving Marriott a bad review, but dude, that was rude. Like that.
Yeah.
How the crap you gonna put the blame on the customer, you know? It's not the customer's fault. And they both did it together. I don't know if that's the protocol. Is that the protocol?
What?
Is that the protocol of customer service here?
Who did that together?
It was a guy and a girl down there.
And they both said the same thing?
Yeah, that was their protocol. Their protocol was to blame the customer for being. They were like, well, it's your fault. Here's what the girl said. Well, it's your fault because you should have came down here and complained last night, and we would have had it fixed by then. Wouldn't we? Because we have a technician on site. Let me call Larry. He's a technician or whatever. You know, so they calls the guy. Hey, the dryer's not working. Go fix it. They put the blame on me.
That's terrible.
Like, who the crap does that? Like, when a customer makes a complaint, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. You have to make it right to the customer. And I do feel like when we checked in last night, they gave me free water.
Yeah.
When we checked in,
They were nice.
they were helpful. Like, I'm gonna say, it must have been those two people that were there that day because all my other experiences have been very decent. So why
I've
would
been to hotels across America, and I've never been treated, and I've never had treatment like that.
Yeah. Well, you might just have people here from like, you know, that are from, you know, they're from California probably, and they feel like that's their protocol. That was their protocol, by the way. If you have a complaint in that hotel and you get those two, their protocol is it's your fault.
That's not appropriate.
There's more litter here than Alabama. That is wild. I love how they're trying to farm. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like they're still trying to farm out here.
They're trying to reduce the...
Why are they even trying to farm out here?
They're trying to reduce the CO2.
By farming?
Yeah.
They need water. There's no water out here.
They bring it in.
That just makes the problem bigger. That's what I'm saying. It's like a never-ending problem out here. You can definitely see the problem with this place.
If you go down deep enough anywhere, you'll have water.
I love how there's like a bunch of side-by-sides. There must be like a lot of...
Even in the desert, if you go down deep enough, there's water.
Right, but it's not a lot. It's not enough for millions of people.
Yeah, they bring it from like California or something.
Don't they have
Vegas.
like...
Oh yeah, Vegas.
Yeah. Sometimes you see like their regulations, and you're like, well, they have all these regulations and things that don't make sense, and all, and they might even use the term tree hugger to refer to these people, but no, you can definitely tell.
There has to be some kind of...
Yeah, there has to be some type of effort, but none of it's enough.
Yeah.
None of it's really enough. And most of the laws, like I said, are just people taking advantage of the situations.
Yeah.
They're not real solutions.
Yeah.
Like limiting how much water people can use. I mean, it kind of helps, but there's definitely questions left to be answered.
Yeah.
A lot of campers. And quite simply, there just possibly isn't really supposed to be millions of people living in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing, driving an electric car. But like I said, even if maybe if 50% of cars were electric, then I guess you could reduce smog by 50%.
Yeah. And I think that's what they're trying to do here. I know for sure in California that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
They made a law.
Because even if there's more, even if the emissions to make the fuel are the same, if those emissions are produced like somewhere where there isn't,
within 5 years, all new cars in California, I was reading some kind of article or watching some video on it, have to be electric.
And I understood when I was growing up that eventually cars were going to have to be electric.
Yeah.
Because you understood that the environmental impacts were... I mean, it's something... I think I went through a really good education, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know where you studied at, but I feel like I had good education.
I feel like when I was in Michigan, the education was superb.
Yeah.
Because they weren't just teaching you out of a book.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Because in Michigan, we had like real science class. Where I'm talking like experiments, you know, like see it to believe it type thing.
I do feel like I had a good education.
Yeah.
In that I feel like I understood a lot of these things that a lot of people, like when I talked to, like I've talked to people the other day, I talked to somebody who went to school in Texas. And when you talk to them, you can tell they don't have education. Like they're adults.
Yeah.
And when you talk to them, they don't know anything. They don't know about nothing. Like I learned about the issues that we're facing now.
Yeah.
And we studied all that.
Yeah.
environmental stuff, all that. I feel like they really did a good job with the education in Florida.
Yeah, in Michigan, I felt like it was better because they had me in mainstream math, and I was not in. I think I was only in one remedial class, but they had me in mainstream math, and in Florida I had to be in remedial math.
What does remedial mean?
Like,
you're slow?
Yeah, so I was in mainstream math. They had tutors. They made sure I understood it. Like, they actually took the time to make sure you knew what you were learning. Instead of, Florida is like, okay, we'll put you in kind of like a study hall and give you no help. But you're going to be in regular math. Or we'll put you in remedial math with no help.
Problem is, like, car culture is so big.
Yeah.
Cars are basically the largest American contribution to world culture, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I feel like, let's say you have like an old Mercedes-Benz or an old Chevy, and there's a sentimental value, but I feel like you can have a F-350, but that's for when you're hauling. Like, you have people that will buy an F-350 because they think it sounds cool.
Yeah.
And when you have like an entire state like Texas, but like, see, the thing is, like, people in Texas, they don't see the situation here.
You're not going to change Texas, Alabama, and Mississippi.
Well, you see, look at those sand
Maybe
dunes.
not even Arkansas.
Look at those sand dunes up there. That's pretty cool. Just the amount of sand up there.
Yeah, in the east. The thing is, in certain regions, you have to have laws for the region.
But
for the whole country, that can get the Alabamas and all those.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Regionally, these are regional problems.
Yeah.
So smog, for example, and air contamination
doesn't mean anything to someone in Alabama.
It's never going to mean anything to them. So being a regional problem, it might just require a regional solution, because it doesn't matter how bad smog gets over here, it's never going to affect people in Alabama.
Yeah.
It's really never going to affect them. These are regional problems. It's never going to really register on the radar. But with education, traveling is great education.
Yeah.
You can really start to understand where things are going.
Yeah.
And it might mean
Cactus.
Yeah, there you go. It might mean that, stopping 30 minutes to charge your car, instead of pumping gas in 2 minutes, it may mean that you have to make that sacrifice. But back to the same point, being a regional problem, the things that are evident when you come out west are not really present to the people in they're regional problems.
Yeah.
But the thing about the United States is that everything's mass production.
Yeah.
Or, they're trying to make it all mass production. 5 big guys and 5 big wigs, so you're gonna have some type of uniformity throughout the whole system.
Yeah.
But like I said, you're not ever gonna convince those people in Texas. And look at this guy. What if a car's coming at him?
Even Florida.
Up a hill.
You're not gonna change their opinion. Yeah, so...
Well, in Florida, you wouldn't even be aware of these problems.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not going to change people in other areas' opinions.
But the great era of American gasoline cars is over. Like, let's be honest. Like, I bought that new Chevy truck, and it was a piece of crap compared to I went back to the old one.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to make cars like that ever again.
Yeah.
Those days are over. Now, as far as like sustainability, this obviously looks like unsustainable. Like when you look at this place, it looks unsustainable. You know?
Yeah.
You can like people think, oh, in Arizona you don't have natural disasters. People are like, oh, I moved to Arizona because of natural disasters. There's no hurricanes. There's no this or that. I would say the fact that you can't breathe is a disaster.
Yeah.
Questions.
Yeah.
This car here, we're getting 40 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
I bet we haven't spent on gas almost nothing since we left.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you think we've actually spent on gas since we left?
Maybe
400?
Is that?
If that?
Yeah.
When we went to Colorado in my truck, we spent what, 4,000 on gas. So when you're getting 40 miles to the gallon, like right now, we've been consistently getting almost 40 miles to the gallon. So we're talking 37, 38 miles to the gallon. This little trip we've been on. Yeah, there we go. Now 39.5 miles to the gallon at 60 miles an hour. If I was in my truck, I'd be more comfortable. But not only would it be spending 4 times more gas, but it'll be costing me 4 times more. And in Florida, gas is what, 270, 280 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just $5-6 a gallon. I think gas is $6 a gallon.
Yeah.
So a gas tank that would cost you $50
Yeah.
is now $200, plus the fact that the price is higher. It's astronomical. You might spend $1,200 a week.
Yeah.
You know, if you got a big truck out here and you're driving a lot. A month, I'm sorry. $1,200 a month. That's crazy. It just doesn't make sense. Just think about the fact that you're spending every month for just $1,200 in fuel.
And I can see that making someone want to get a Tesla or some type of electric car.
Yeah. I don't sell propane. What? Here's Hank Hill in the back seat. What? No, I sell propane. And what? No, I sell propane.
Yeah.
That's a reference only Hank Hill people understand right there.
I want to get a pedicure.
Okay, don't they have these giant lizards called like Gila lizards or whatever here?
I don't know.
Look it up. Arizona lizard. Look it up on that phone, friend. Where are they located? I've always wanted to see one. You don't watch Animal Planet when you were little?
I did, but I don't remember that.
They have these lizards here in Arizona. They're like big giant lizards. And look it up. Gila lizard, Arizona.
Gila monster?
Yeah. Gila monsters. Where do they live, and how can you? I would love to see one. And can they kill you if they bite you? Where do they live? I'm sure they're in Arizona. I think they're only in Arizona. They live in caves and stuff.
Southwest United States.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of look like this. And sometimes they're brighter orange.
Yeah, they're bright orange. Where do they live? What's their range? And like
Southwestern United States in the northwestern state of Sonora, Mexico.
Oh, wow. Are they like...
They also inhabit Guatemala.
Guatemala, Guatemala es una gente muy trabajadora. Muchas veces trabajan 2 horas.
Parts of... They're in Arizona, parts of California, Nevada, Utah, and New Mexico.
Okay, it's like if they bite you, they're venomous or something? Are they dangerous? Just Google.
Relationship with humans.
What do it do?
Myths have been formed about the Gila monster include that the animal's breath is toxic enough to kill humans. That it can even spit venom like a cobra. And that the monster did not have a behind and expelled waste from its mouth. That was a rumor about these things. The Apache believed it could kill a man, its breath could kill a man. So they're like a smelly monster.
Okay, are they toxic? Are they dangerous to humans? There's myths, but the reality. I don't care about the belief.
I'm looking at it.
Don't talk back to me.
There is normally not fatal to humans. No fatalities have been confirmed after 1930. The rare fatality occurred before the time adults who were intoxicated by alcohol or had mismanaged the treatment of the bite.
So the bite is poisonous? Just Google, is a Gila monster bite dangerous? Forget about Wikipedia.
If bitten, a victim may fully submerge the lizard in water, pry the jaws open with a knife or a stick.
Oh, wow. That's not bad if it bites you, it's not...
While pulling the lizard, it increases...
Okay, so if it bites you, it doesn't let go?
Yeah.
You have to, like, drown it?
The symptoms of the bites include excruciating pain.
Oh, crap.
Edema. Weakness associated with a drop of blood pressure.
So if they bite you, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
But they don't attack people. Like, you'd have to go, like, try to stick your hands
Unless you're messing with it, you probably won't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to come looking for you.
Okay, it can cause internal organs to bleed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there's some type of bacterial, is it bacteria?
Yeah, partial paralysis of the limbs, lethargy, and hypothermia in rats.
So basically, don't get bitten by these things.
Yeah.
Why would you get bitten by one? You'd have to go out there and mess with one.
Okay, while the peptides from it, one of the helioderm has been shown to inhibit the growth of lung cancer.
So if it bites you, you won't get cancer?
Yeah. Some of the medications from, I think, the venom or peptides or whatever, have been diabetes medicine.
So it's good to get bitten if you have diabetes.
No, they take the venom and then they make it into medicines. They take out the toxins.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's some type of medicinal purposes. So do you know the original purpose of train graffiti? The original purpose of train graffiti is to mark, you can mark the train cart. Look at the cactus fields, baby. Look.
Oh, cool. That's what I want to see. Ooh. If it wasn't blocked by the deck.
A little bit more.
Yes. I like cactus.
What it takes you to see cactus?
Heaven love.
Am I a jerk?
No. I'm looking at cactus right now.
I'm still a jerk, but I do nice things for him. I'm happy.
Cactus is now on my list with orcas and freighters.
You think so?
Yeah, this type of cactus.
Can we go out there and touch one? You're like, I just look at it. I like trains. Look ahead, but there's no head.
It's close to the road.
I've always wanted to see this my whole life, man.
Yeah, I always wanted to
Always
touch
wanted to be in the desert.
but you know that's gated.
Because I'm a desert boy doing.
Oh, these are gated by the road.
Yeah, they're right on the side of the road. You can touch them if you want to.
Maybe.
I'd say we're officially in the desert this time, for real.
And say if you drill one, there's water inside it.
Cause I'm a desert boy doing desert things. Talk about a desert.
That one's right by the road.
Talk about a desert thing. Doing this desert thing. Cause it's hot out here. Cause I'm a desert boy trying to get a desert water. It's hot as crap. Cause I'm a desert boy doing desert things. Trying to get a desert wife.
I am in a new desert. Wow. There's one closer. I might touch it.
Wasn't there some in front of our hotel?
Yes. I want to touch it, but I'm not sure if I want to. Because you know it has the prickers. Yeah, I had a bad experience with little cacti when I was little. My grandparents decided to move. My grandparents moved, and I decided I wanted to help by carrying in the little cactus plants they had. Yeah. So, and you know, little kids will just grab things in their arm. And I had a fat, it was like all over my chest and like my stomach. I went in full rage. And I was like crying and they couldn't figure out why I was crying and whatnot. They figured out with the cactus and whatnot because the cactus were all broken. Yeah, somebody had to volunteer to go to the store so that they could get a special pair of tweezers for this.
There's a lot of campers out here.
Oh, yeah.
Camp out in the desert?
Yeah. They felt so bad. I woke up. They made, you know how there's a tooth fairy if you lose a tooth? There is a cactus fairy. I don't know what it was called, but they made it up, and I found a bunch of money under my pillow. People felt so bad for me. There's like a bunch of change. There was like, I think the whole family donated to this cause.
Look at the cactus on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Cause I'm a desert boy trying to do a desert thing.
Oh, that's cool. And they're on the hill too. There's cactus.
It's actually pronounced cacti.
Cactus.
Cacti. I see the cars.
Okay. Cactus. And they're on hills. It's kind of cool.
Being on a hill down there.
I like cactus. Where would I find that I like in California? I like cactus.
That down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are these campgrounds? There's like hundreds and thousands of these.
Yeah. All over the place. Oh, look at that one. Wow, there's cactus. Cactus.
This is beautiful out here.
Yeah.
It's almost like a desert. This is my shots past the swing. Oh crap, these roads are like up, down, up, down.
Yeah. That cow. Yeah, cow
Gross. Why would a cow be out here? And why would a cow be on the highway? It's dangerous. There's just random cows. Wow, look at that one. That one's like really fat.
Yeah.
Oh crap. Oh crap. Be careful.
What's wrong?
There's a little hill here. If I was going fast enough, you could probably get air on it. If you're going fast enough, you could easily get air on some of these hills.
50.
Yeah, nobody's going 50. Everybody's going like 100. Look at this guy. I'm going 65, so he's going way faster than that. Some of these cactuses are really fat.
Yeah.
I'm going 7, so he's going 8, 9. Oh crap, you don't catch air on these hills. You can like literally catch air on some of these hills if you're going fast enough. That's wild. This is interesting. Is there a lot of elevation here? Because that's from my ear pop. You know, I realized there's like no famous people from Arizona. This state has contributed nothing to the modern society. That's it?
Yeah.
So we're back at regular elevation.
Yeah.
Are there any famous people from Arizona? right, Gary, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we went there, yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Springer?
No. Barbara Eden.
I think there's a director that's from here.
Yeah. Danielle Fisher.
Never heard of him. I don't think there's a
She
single.
was on Boy Meets World.
I didn't watch that.
Hey, how did you not watch that?
Maybe I'm a guy. A straight guy. Not that.
Jared Manning?
Is that a football player?
No. Mary Louise Parker?
Was that the horse on Family Guy?
No.
The donkey? Sarah Jessica Parker.
David Spade? Emma Stone? Kate Walsh? Marie Windy?
I've never heard of any of these people.
Really?
They don't have any rappers. They don't have any politicians. Nothing.
No.
There's nobody famous from there.
Musicians? There, we're getting somewhere.
And they have.
Dirk Bentley?
Never heard of him.
Chester Bennington?
Never heard of him.
You've heard of Chester Bennington?
No, I haven't. What's he sing?
Lincoln Park?
Lincoln Park? I like Lincoln Park.
Mm-hmm.
Is he part of that?
He was.
I thought Lincoln Park was from Lincoln Park, New York.
No.
Or Chicago.
No.
No?
Alice Cooper?
What crap was that?
Rock and roll singer?
I don't listen to rock and roll.
Okay. Waylon Jennings?
Never heard of him.
How are you?
Well, it's rough, man.
Stevie Nicks?
Never heard of him.
She is the lead singer of Fleetwood Mac.
Sounds like a guy's name.
Yeah, I say it again. I'm sorry. George Sparks?
Never heard of him.
Tanya Tucker?
Never heard of him. Is Arizona giving society anything? No football players, no rappers.
Oh, there are football players.
I don't really watch football. But I know Arizona sucks.
Well, aren't you a grumpy little man?
Crime Mob is from Ohio.